In Herbaceous, you're trying to grow the best and most valuable herb garden. You'll collect sets of cards, block others from getting what they need, and make decisions on what to do with your herbs. Let me show you how it works. After you've handed out the colored private garden marker and container reference cards, shuffle the herb cards. Depending on player count, you'll remove 0, 12, 24, or 36 cards. Put the draw deck in the middle so everyone can reach it. The game has two phases. The second is the one you have to do, and the one you'll do to start the game, the planting phase. Players will take a card and decide whether to put it in the center or community garden or plant it in their own private garden. Whatever choice is made, the second card they draw has to go in the other. The other phase is called potting. If you wish to pot on a turn, you must do that first. You can take herbs from the community garden and or your private garden and pot them in a container. You can only pot one container per turn. The containers have their own rules to follow. One needs all herbs to be the same, another needs them all to be different, and another needs herbs to be in pairs. The fourth is a glass jar and can take any herbs, but the special herbs can only go in here. Oh, and once you've potted herbs, you cannot dig them up. The special herbs have a number in the corner. If you put these in the glass jar, these cards are worth additional points. If you have one of the 1, 2, and 3-point cards in your jar, you get the bonus herb biscuit card, which is worth an extra 5 points at the end of the game. Draw cards, keep one and send the other to the community garden, and pot yours and the community herbs to score the most points. That's Herbaceous. Even with setup and takedown, Herbaceous is usually under 20 minutes, no matter the player count. I taught myself the solo game, set it up, played it, and put it away in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's that quick. It doesn't take up much space. 2 players could probably figure out a way to play this on a plane with folding trays. 4 could play this on a coffee table. As for age range, aside from the herb's name, there's next to no reading. An adult could help with the scoring. The only tricky part would be the icons, but they're easy to follow thanks to the reference card. I think even 5-year-olds, with help of course, could play this. When we taught Grandma how to play, I sat between her and Dad. It seemed like every turn I took exactly what my dad needed. I won easily, and I even have the herb biscuit. The art is gorgeous. The components don't stand out otherwise, although linen finish, that kind of gritty feel on cards, is always nice. This isn't a brain burner, but there are things to think about. When you draw that first card, you might want to keep it if discarding it helps your opponent. But what if the next card helps them even more? I also like having to decide to, say, split a huge run of one type just to make sure you don't miss out on those pairs or another container. The length is perfect. You have enough time to do your plans, but not so much that it drags. You take a couple of cards out of the deck when playing with fewer players. I really like when games do this. It keeps the time shorter and you don't quite know which cards are still in the deck, meaning you can't perfectly plan. I like this game at 4, but there's a little more downtime. With 2 players, it's your turn again in a couple of seconds. 3 is really good and is my favorite count. Second would be solo, and with 2 players, then 4 players. I think the game works well at all counts though. Short games in small boxes are so good for traveling or bringing to a restaurant or wherever. I wish the insert fit sleeved cards though. You don't feel like you are gardening, but the mechanisms work well with the theme, for the most part. I don't know enough about gardening, so maybe this is true, but does this one container really need to have one of each kind in it? Will these grow better because they're in pairs? Probably not, but the game is better for it. Herbaceous is a nice little game that can, depending on players, be nasty. I like that a lot. Compared to other 15 to 20 minute games we have, King of Tokyo, Codenames, King Domino, and so on. This has more to do and think about. I definitely play this over King Domino. There's luck, there's ways for your opponents to stick it to you, and there isn't heavy strategy. There are people out there that will know right away that this isn't a game for them. Herbaceous will definitely hit the table when non-gamers visit. How often will it hit the table when it's just us? Probably not every day, but if it does, I know I'm not going to turn down a game.